Welcome to the South Simcoe Arts Council's Music Festival's virtual concert series. My name is Debbie Collins and I'm a musical theater performer, and I've had the opportunity to teach workshops for South Simcoe Arts Council in my area of interest. Now, since we were not able to hold live performances this year, we have taken the recordings that were submitted for adjudication and made mini virtual concerts. This is the Speech Arts and Drama Division, sponsored by Jim and Jan Atkinson. We'd like to extend a huge thank you to all of our 2021 Music Festival sponsors. Thank you for supporting our performers. I hope you enjoy the show.
Hello, my name is Sean Baga, and today I will be performing a favorite poem called Snake by D.H. Lawrence. A snake came to my water trough on a hot, hot day, and I, in pajamas for the heat, to drink there. In the deep, strange scented shade of the great dark carob tree, I came down the steps with my pitcher, and must stand and wait, for there he was at the trough before me. He reached down from a fissure in the earth wall in the gloom, and trailed his yellow-brown, slackless, soft belly down over the edge of the stone trough, and rested his throat upon the stone bottom. And where the water had dripped from the tap in a small clearness, he sipped with his straight mouth, softly drank through his straight gums, into his slack, long body silently. Someone was before me at my water trough, and I, like a second comer, waiting. He lifted his head from drinking, as cattle do, and looked at me vaguely, as drinking cattle do, and flickered his two-forked tongue from his lips, and mused a moment, and stooped and drank a little more. Being earth-brown, earth-golden from the burning bowels of this earth, on the day of Sicilian July, with Etna smoking. The voices of my education said to me, "He must be killed, for in Sicily the black snakes are innocent, the gold are venomous." And yet those voices, "If you were a man, you would take a stick and break him now and finish him off." But must I confess how I liked him, how he came like a guest in quiet to drink at my water trough, and depart peaceful, pacified, and thankless into the burning bowels of this earth? Was it cowardice that I dared not kill him? Was it perversity that I longed to talk to him? Was it humility to feel so honored? I felt so honored, and yet those voices, "If you were not afraid, you would kill him." And truly I was afraid. I was most afraid, but even though honored still more, that he should seek my hospitality from out the dark door of this secret earth. He drank enough and lifted his head dreamily as one has drunken, and looked around like a god, and flickered his two-forked tongue like a forked knight on the air, so black, seeming to lick his lips, and slowly turned his head, and slowly, very slowly, as if thrice the dream, proceeded to draw his slow length curving round and climb again the broken bank of my wall face. And as he put his head into that dreadful hole, and as he slowly drew up, snake easing his shoulders, entered farther, a sort of horror, a sort of protest against his withdrawing into that horrid black hole, deliberately going into the blackness, and slowly drawing himself after, overcame me now his back was turned. I looked around, put down my pitcher, and picked up a clumsy log and threw it at the water trough with a clatter. I think it did not hit him, but suddenly that part that was left behind convulsed in an undignified haste, writhed like lightning, and was gone into the black hole, the earth-lit fissure in the wall front, at which, in the intense still noon, I stared with fascination. And immediately I regretted it. I thought, how paltry, how vulgar, what a mean act. I despised myself and the voices of my accursed human education. And I wish he would come back, my snake. For again he seemed to me like a king in exile in the underworld, uncrowned, now due to be crowned again. And so I miss my chance with one of the lords of life, and I have something to expiate, a pettiness.
Hello, my name is Sabrina Gallant, and I will be performing an original poem, The Past, the Present, the Future. There are days to remember, but what about those in between? We forget and don't care. It's like it never happened, but it did. They died, ingrained in people's lives. They say move forward, move on, but we can't. It'll happen again, but worse. They nuked Japan, killing millions of innocents. It stopped a war, but at what cost? Horrific concentration camps. I know what the symbols meant. Do you? Children beaten for speaking their language, stolen from their homes. Buildings fell. People died. You think about it, but does it make us cry? Those who fought till they couldn't see. Those who died for you or me. Every life mattered until it didn't. We just keep going and going and going and going. We're just like drones. It's in books, but how many? It's not appropriate for polite company. Children aren't allowed to know, but it's our history as much as it is yours, our mess to fix. We have to know, and we have to move forward and fix it. Remember. Or else the world will be the same mess. We have to make it our past, not our present, and not our future.
Hello, my name is Isabella and I will be performing Paranoia. Who said being paranoid was a bad thing? Was it you? You? Well, I heard someone did. First of all, I don't like being talked about behind my back. Second, I'm not paranoid. You're all the ones who must be paranoid the way you watch me all the time. And third, even if I was paranoid, which I'm not, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, or that people need to be hiding behind trees or looking through my bedroom window all the time. That's crazy, totally nuts. And I'm not saying it's everyone, just most of you. And you know who you are. So, yeah, to all of you who are talking about me behind my back and saying that I'm paranoid, I'd just like to say that paranoid is just another word for like survival instinct, as in survival of the fittest. And if you're all afraid that maybe I'm fitter than you, well then, maybe you need to work on your own issues. I'm not the problem! So, yeah, I gotta go. And don't follow me. Bye! Bye!
Hello, my name is Tiago and I will be performing All the World to Stage by William Shakespeare. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits, their entrances, and one man in his life plays many parts, his acts being but 7 ages. First, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Then, the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and his shining morning face, creeping like a snail unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like a furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. And then the soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick to quarrel, seeking the bubble of reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good cape and lind, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. 6/8 shifts into lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well salved a world too wide, for his shrunk shank and big manly voice turning again towards childish trouble, bells and whistles in his sound. The last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Hello, my name is Ava Avila, and I will be performing Violet Beauregard's monologue from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'm a gum chewer, normally. When I heard about these ticket things in Mr. Wonga's, I laid off the gum and switched to candy bars in the hope of striking it lucky. Now, of course, I'm right back on gum. I just adore gum. I can't do without it. I munch on it all day long, except for a few minutes at mealtimes when I take it out and stick it behind my ear for safekeeping. To tell you the honest truth, I simply wouldn't feel comfortable if I didn't have that little wedge of gum to chew on every minute of the day. I really wouldn't. It may interest you to know that the piece of gum I'm chewing on right at this minute, I've been working on for over 3 months solid. That's a record, that is. It's beaten the record held by my best friend, Miss Cornelia Prince Medal. Hi, Cornelia! That's the sound of you losing and me winning. Listen some more.